Tower, India Echo Lima, downwind 13, touch and go.
India Echo Lima number 3, follow Cessna left base, turning 1 mile final.
Positive, Mike, also downwind.
India Echo Lima.
Foxtrot Bravo Bravo Tower, fly runway heading.
Fly runway heading, Foxtrot Bravo Bravo.
Charlie Zulu November, clear to land runway 13.
Charlie Zulu November, clear to land 13.
Zulu Sierra Alpha, change of plans, crossover midfield, join right downwind, runway 13.
Zulu Sierra Alpha, crossover midfield, join the right downwind for 13.
Greetings everyone. We are sitting here at a little airstrip on the eastern tip of Jamaica, my home country, and we are sitting at an airstrip called Bath Airfield. I'll show you on the map shortly where that is. And there's the airstrip here. We're going to be taking off on this runway 10, heading 100 degrees right out to the coast. I'll show you that on the map right now so you can get a better idea of what we are talking about. So, on the map, that's where we're located right now. Right here in Bath Airfield. Now, just to recap of what we've done, this is leg 2 of 4. There's going to be 4 legs flying the Jamaica tour. Like I said, it's my home country. I was born in Kingston, Jamaica. And the leg 1 that we flew, we took off from Norman Manley International, what used to be called Palisados, and we flew over to Lime Key, which is a popular spot for people taking boats out of Port Royal. And then we flew over to Port Royal, historic town of Jamaica that encountered a severe earthquake many years ago. Then we flew along the Palisados Road, or it's now called the Norman Manley Highway. And we flew into Harborview, we flew into Kingston, came over to Vincent Penn Airport. Then we flew up into the Blue Mountains. We went up to Blue Mountain Peak, 7,400 feet, the highest peak on the island. And as a kid, I took a mule with a group of others, and we went up the trail with the mule up to the peak of Blue Mountain. And then we came south to the, we passed over what would be a spot for camping out before reaching the peak. And then we flew south to the coast. We went over the wonderful beaches of the south coast where as a kid I used to, the family would go there almost every Sunday. And we flew along the south coast and we arrived in Bath Field, which is where we are right now. We're going to be flying out to the tip on the coast. We're going to follow the coastline. Going to hit a few famous spots, Frenchman's Cove, which we'll talk about later. There's some fun facts about Frenchman's Cove. And then we're going to continue west. We're going to come into many little areas along the coastline here. And then we're going to continue west, and we come to a little town of Aracabessa, which is the famous, also fun fact, area of Ian Fleming, the writer of all the James Bond novels. He had his home there. This is the Aracabessa airstrip, now called the Ian Fleming International Airport. Again, as a child, my cousin who owned hotels in Ocho Rios, he owned the Carib Ocho Rios Hotel, and he had a Piper Apache, which he would fly, twin-engine Piper Apache. He'd fly guests and friends from Kingston over to his hotel. He'd land at the Aracabessa airstrip and drive into his hotel at the Carib Ocho Rios. Anyway, so after we do that, we'll continue westbound, and our destination will be Angsters International Airport, which used to be called Montego Bay Airport, and that's in the city of Montego Bay. That's where we'll end our flight. It's approximately a 1-hour flight. And without any further ado, I think it's time to get this show on the road. So we're back in the airplane. Or we're not in the airplane yet, but we are at the airplane. The airplane has been fueled up. It's been started. It's been waiting for you guys to arrive. I've gone through the run-up checks. Everything is ready to go. So, all our lights are on. Everything has been checked. Turn our landing lights on now. No need for pitot heat today. Temperature outside is, as you can see, 29 degrees Celsius. Winds are 118 at 10 knots. So we'll be using runway 100 for this departure, or runway 10, I should say, for this departure. Okay. Just so you know, air traffic control is not on today. They are not on duty today, so we will use the Unicom or CTAF frequency, which actually I need to dial that into our comm radio. 122.8, and we'll swap that over. So let's make our call and head out to the threshold of the runway. Path traffic. This is Cessna Charlie Foxtrot Delta Echo Whiskey at Bath Airstrip, departing runway 10. Path traffic. Okay. Parking brakes are off. Today we're using the standard Cessna 172 180 horsepower, whereas on our first leg we used the modified 172, the 210 three-bladed prop Cessna, because we had to get up to the Blue Mountain Peak and I wanted lots of power. Didn't want any problems getting up to the peak. Okay, we are sitting here at the threshold of runway 10. All systems look good. We have our altitude reporting. Transponder is on. We're going to be flying at an altitude of 2,500 feet. We'll put in one notch of flaps. Let's put in a little bit of trim. Takeoff trim. And without any further ado, let's get the show going. Buckle your seat belts up. Off we go. 50 knots, 55 knots, rotate. Path traffic, Cessna Delta Echo Whiskey is clear of runway 10. Path traffic. Okay. You can see the coastline up ahead of us. Head out to the coastline, and then we're going to go west. Well, actually, it's a little bit north first and then west. Okay, we can raise the flaps. Fuel pump is off. Going through my ready for cruise. Okay. Well, about this point here, we could turn north. We're clear of this hill right here. We could turn north and start heading on the coastline. We might use the autopilot today because I've got some fun facts to talk about, and a little bit easier when the autopilot is on. We better lower the nose with some trim. Want to climb at about 70 knots. Coming up to 2,000 feet. It's a beautiful day for flying today. So we're heading due north right now. Making our way to 2,500 feet. Okay, we can get ready to level off here. And I might just activate the autopilot at this point. Like the autopilot in this. I'm gonna turn it off. I'm just gonna fly manually. It wants to take me back to the start. Not sure why that is. We'll have to. Oh, we're getting up too high. Not that it really matters. But we want to keep it 2,500 feet. So as best I can, I will try to point out some of the areas as we fly along the coastline. nice little bay. There's lots of bays like this along the coast. We better watch my altitude. But we are VFR, and there's no air traffic control. We're pretty clear. We're going to fly at a heading of 337 degrees. Let's see if we turn on the autopilot and go to heading. I guess I should really watch where I'm going, shouldn't I? Let's see if this will work now. Okay, so we're locked in using heading mode. Turn up these lights because the sun is causing a problem for visibility on the panel. That's better. So hopefully that'll lock in at 2,500 feet. We're on GPS mode. And let's see, I've got the Montego Bay VOR tuned in at 115.7. I don't know if we'd pick it up this far away. Let's swap it over and just see if by chance we can pick it up. Looks like we picked it up. Yep, Sangsters International Airport. It's 94 knots. Distance of 94 knots away. Now what I'd like to see with this autopilot is if I put this on nav mode now. Will it maintain? See, it wants to turn. Why does it want to turn? Don't understand that at all. Do not understand that. Okay, let's get ready. We're coming up to Frenchman's Cove. Let me just adjust the heading bug a bit here. Get back out to the coast. Okay, you can see we're heading That's Frenchman's Cove right there. And just to give you some fun facts about Frenchman's Cove, or some really nice pictures of Frenchman's Cove, I should say. So you can see beautiful pictures of Frenchman's Cove. I'll just cycle through some of these pictures. It's a world famous beach, beautiful beach. Now let's get back to the airplane for a moment here. Okay, so there's the cove down there with all its beauty. Alright, so next we're coming up to just a small airport just west of here. It's just around this bend right here. Just over here there's a small airport called Ken Jones International, or Ken Jones Airstrip. This whole area here is known as Buff Bay. This is Buff Bay out here. There's the Ken Jones Airstrip right there. We'll be passing by that. We'll just fly directly over it. What I'd like to do is move a little bit further out into the ocean, or the Caribbean Sea, I should say. Alright, we'll maintain about a 300-degree heading. So this is all Buff Bay that we're flying over right now. There's another little airstrip I'll show you on the map called Gray's Inn. And there's a nice little lodge at Gray's Inn where one can stay. Nice quaint little place. There we are there. And at some point later on we'll be coming up to Rockabessa, sleepy town of Rockabessa, which is the famous area for James Bond, GoldenEye, Ian Fleming's home where he wrote all the James Bond novels. I did forget to mention that as we passed by Frenchman's Cove in Port Antonio, Port Antonio is the home of Errol Flynn, and many of you folks that are around my age would remember Errol Flynn, famous actor, and that was his home. He entertained the rich and famous in Port Antonio. His wife, as a matter of fact, just passed away, and I think it was 2014, I think, at the age of 87. But we're going to be coming up to GoldenEye. Just checking my map, make sure everything's good. We're looking good so far, by the way. We're going to be coming up to GoldenEye, and GoldenEye is the home of Ian Fleming, famous writer that wrote all the stories of James Bond. You'll be able to have a view of his estate, which still exists today. It's actually now been turned into a resort. But I'll show you a picture of that as we get closer to it. So we're coming up to Gray's Inn very shortly, and that's in the area known as Onoto Bay. Now, the airstrip for Gray's Inn is a dirt strip, so we may not see it as we fly close to it. Not see it. Let's see, so this portion of water right here is called Onoto Bay, and the airstrip should be right around here somewhere. Let's head a little bit towards that angle, heading of about 274 degrees. Well, actually, let's go to about 280. That way, we can just stay to the north side of the airstrip. Maybe 390. Okay. Where is that airstrip? Yep, there it is right there. That's the little dirt airstrip. Oh, it's not little, it's a long airstrip. It's actually, looking at the map, it's actually 2,800 feet long. And there's the lodge right there. So you can park your airplanes right here and stay a night or two in the Gray's Inn Lodge. Alright, let's head back out to the water. Caribbean Sea. This little point of land right here is known as Strawberry Fields. Right in here. Okay. Let's turn on our bush talk radio. And I think they've got some fun facts about a couple of the areas we're going to be approaching shortly. So we'll let's get that opened up. Okay. So we're going to turn to heading about 314 degrees. And we're going to be approaching an area called Port Maria. After that we will see a place known as Firefly Estates. And let's see if I can pull up the Google map. Firefly Estates. Yeah, Firefly Estates. Here we are. But actually, I think Bush Talk Radio will tell us about it. It's the home of Noel Coward, and it is his burial place as well, as a matter of fact. But we'll get to hear about that as we fly over it. .314, I think we'll turn to our heading of about 320. So this is Port Maria. We're coming up to here as a child. we'd come in on the country highway that would bring us highway now called A3. It used to be called the Junction Highway. First stop was Port Maria. Right here. I'm going to take it off autopilot for a moment so I can maneuver the aircraft directly over Firefly Estates. Where our Bush Talk radio should pick up location, give us some fun facts about Firefly Estates.
Estate, located 10 kilometers east of Oracabessa, Jamaica, is the burial place of Sir Noel Coward and his former vacation home. It is now listed as a National Heritage Site by the Jamaica National Heritage Trust. Although the setting is Edenic, the house, built in 1956, is surprisingly Spartan, considering that he often entertained jet-setters and royalty. The building has been transformed into a writer's house museum. Noel Coward's mountaintop Jamaican home and burial site was originally owned by the infamous pirate
There's
and
a
one-time
famous
Governor
lighthouse
of Jamaica,
just down
Sir
here.
Henry Morgan, 1635 to 1688.
Galena
The property offered
Lighthouse.
a commanding view of the St. Mary Harbour, and Morgan used it as a lookout. As part of the hideaway, Morgan had caused a secret escape tunnel to be dug, opening at Port Maria. Named for the luminous insects seen in the warm evenings, Firefly Estate has entertained a wide range of guests, including both the Queen Mother and Queen Elizabeth II, Sir Winston Churchill, Lord Olivier, Sophia Loren, Dame Elizabeth Taylor, Sir Alec Guinness, Peter O'Toole, Richard Burton, and neighbours Errol Flynn, Ruth Bryan Owen, and Ian
Put the
Fleming.
autopilot back
The
on.
Firefly Art Studio holds Coward's paintings and photographs of his coterie of famous friends, including Laurence Olivier, Errol Flynn, and Marlene Dietrich. Of his time at the Firefly Estate, Coward wrote in his diary, "Firefly has given me the most valuable benefit
This
of all.
is,
Time to read and write and think and get my mind
flying
in order.
over
I love this
Golden
place.
Eye right
It
now.
deeply
I'd like to-
enchants me. Whatever happens to this silly world, nothing much is likely to happen here." Writing, he believed, came easier when he was here. The sentences seemed to construct themselves. The right adjectives appeared discreetly.
And we're going to just circle around here for a bit because I don't want to leave this area without first talking about
GoldenEye is the original
GoldenEye.
name of novelist Ian Fleming's
There we are.
estate on Oracabessa Bay on the northern coastline of Jamaica, where he wrote many
That's
of
the
James
Oracabessa
Bond novels. He bought 15
Airport.
acres adjacent to the Golden Clouds estate in 1946 and built his home on the edge of a cliff overlooking a private beach. The three-bedroom structure was constructed from Fleming's sketch.
Let me show you a
fitted with
picture
wooden
of
Jancy
GoldenEye.
windows and a swimming pool. Fleming's visitors at
There's
GoldenEye
GoldenEye.
included actors, musicians, and filmmakers. The property now operates as GoldenEye Hotel and Resort, consisting of Fleming's main house and
Yes,
several
Ian
cottages.
Fleming.
The estate is located in the Oracabessa Bay Fish Sanctuary, established in 2011 to protect the area's marine ecosystem. It is
Beautiful.
adjacent to James Bond
GoldenEye is
Beach.
a beautiful area. Okay, let's continue on our journey. Where are we going now? Let's get out to water a little bit. So the next area we're coming to is Ocherius. Coming up to Ocherius now, famous tourist area. Let's take up a heading of about 360 for a few minutes just to get out to the Caribbean Sea a little bit, get a better view of the coastline. Let's come back in now. Famous couples Tower Isle Hotel is right here, and get a good view of it right now. Let's see if we can look down. Yeah, the Tower Isle Hotel is right here. So the hotel that my cousin owned, the Carib Ocherias Hotel, was, let's see if I can give you a good view of it, right here in this bay. Right in there. And he would take off from Rockabessa, he'd fly out, when he was going back to Kingston, he'd fly out over the water, and then he'd come in with a low pass right over that fabulous beach down below in that bay. It's totally wonderful. Let's get a bird's eye view of it here. So that's the bay. He would fly in on a low pass right over that beach. And then up he'd go, and then head back to Kingston. Let's just take it off the autopilot again for a moment. I can maneuver the aircraft over the enchanted gardens of Jamaica. Okay. Just need to go a little bit south into Ocherias.
The Enchanted Gardens is a
There we
resort
are.
near Ocho Rios in St. Anne, Jamaica. It is located in a natural river
We'll just
gorge
do a
with
circle
14
around
waterfalls
here.
on 8 hectares of land. There is a nature walk with a wide variety of local plants and jungle-like atmosphere. There is also an exotic aviary featuring rare birds, scenic ponds, and a seawater aquarium. The resort was originally owned by former Prime Minister Edward Seaga. It was forced to close shortly after 9/11 because of
That's
debt and
Ocherias
tax
we're looking at
issues.
down there.
An injunction barring the sale of the Enchanted Gardens was lifted in September 2008, allowing the property to be put back on the market by its current owner. This is the third time it has been put up for
Yeah,
sale.
this is
with
the
first
Enchanted
without an
Gardens.
injunction. It is expected
Right
that it
in
will be
here.
sold by July 2009.
We're going to be coming up to a place called Dolphin Cove. We'll just head out a little bit to see. And then right after Dolphin's Cove, there's Duns River Falls, the famous Jamaican tourist area. So this is Dolphin's Cove we're coming up to now.
Dolphin Cove, Jamaica is a marine attraction at which guests can swim and interact
And
with
that's right
dolphins,
down here.
sharks, and stingrays in their natural environment. Visitors may also interact with other species including iguanas, snakes, and a variety of birds, as well as
And
other
as you
marine
listen to
creatures
that, I'll
in the
tell you
jungle
we're just
trail.
flying over
Dolphin Cove has been the recipient
famous
of many
Duns
awards.
River Falls.
The company operates 3 facilities on the island: Ocho
Let's
Rios,
take a bird's eye
Montego
view of
Bay,
this.
and Lucia, which is claimed to be the largest natural dolphin lagoon in the world.
Duns River Falls down there. So now we've got The next attraction is called Runaway Bay, and there'll be a video, an audio commentary about that as well. Really should slow down. I'm going a little bit too fast. And then right after Runaway Bay, there'll be another audio about Discovery Bay. Jamaica truly is one of the most beautiful islands in the Caribbean. There's no other island that can match Jamaica's beauty. This is St. Anne's Bay that we're flying over right now. Let's see, how far are we from Montego Bay? We're 40 nautical miles from Montego Bay. Cuba is straight north over there. The distance from here to Cuba, if we were to fly straight north, is about 85 nautical miles. Okay, we're coming up to Runaway Bay, which you will hear a commentary all about that. Just looking at the map, make sure, yeah, Runaway Bay is right in here. And then right after Runaway Bay will be Discovery Bay. So this is the bay that we're over right now. As the commentary starts, I'll circle around it. So that we don't get too close to Discovery Bay. We'll just kill a little bit of time right over Runaway Bay.
Runaway Bay is a town in St. Anne Parish on the northern coast of Jamaica and is considered one of the most naturally beautiful places on the island. It is a notable tourist destination located 16 kilometers west of Ocho Rios and slightly east of Discovery Bay, where Christopher Columbus landed in 1494. Ocean View Beach is a private beach
So that's
situated
Runaway
at
Bay.
Runaway Bay. It consists of a series of hotel resort complexes and beaches. The name derives from its having been an escape route for runaway slaves. Arawaks were the first native settlers, but they were eventually overpowered by Spanish explorers. The population according to the 2011 census was 8,640, roughly 8 times the population of 1,116 determined in the 1970 census. Notable people born in the town include Canadian actress Samantha Cain, who appeared in the 2002 film Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. British composer and actor Noel Coward lived in nearby Port Maria and is buried there. Not far inland, in the hills south of Runaway Bay, is the village of 9 Mile, which is where Bob Marley was born and spent his childhood.
Yep, Bob
Reef
Marley's.
areas such as the Canyon and Ricky's Reef can be visited through organized dives offered at most hotels.
Childhood is only
Fine
9
offshore
miles
diving
away.
and snorkeling opportunities are said to be the best in Jamaica. Runaway Bay is a resort community with a good offshore reef, popular with snorkelers and divers. A couple of wrecked
Runaway
aircraft
Bay.
can also be seen in a dive site now known as Ganja Plains. Runaway Bay is home to an 18-hole golf course at Breeze's Runaway Bay Resort and Golf Club, which has hosted a variety of championship events.
Okay, the next one is Discovery Bay. That's where Christopher Columbus discovered the island. So this is Discovery Bay right here. A bit better flying by hand rather than autopilot because I can control where I want to go and height I want to be at. There is a small airport at Discovery Bay. There may not be a commentary on Discovery Bay, but we'll see. Let's see, where's that airport? Could be just down below us somewhere.
Discovery Bay is a
There we
town
are.
in St. Anne Parish on the northern coast of Jamaica. The city is also known locally as Dry Harbour and gives its name to the Dry Harbour Mountains in St. Anne. There is a dispute as to whether Christopher Columbus first landed in Discovery Bay or Sevilla La Nueva in 1494. Near to the city are Puerto Seco Beach and several historic sites, such as the Green Grotto Caves and Columbus Park. Visitors to the Green Grotto Caves can see relics of the native Taino Arawak lifestyle there. It is said that many Spaniards escaped the English invasion of 1655 through secret passages in the caves with the help of Arawaks and African slaves, in exchange for their freedom.
Okay, continuing along. There's a tiny dirt strip called Braco, and we'll be flying past it. There it is right there. And then after that, we've only got 27 nautical miles to our destination airport of Montego Bay, or the airport is now called Sangsters International, named after one of the former prime ministers of the island. So there's that dirt strip right there. So I think at this point what I should do, I think when we land at Sangsters International, let's see, we're at 2,500 feet. Elevation at Sangsters is 4 feet, so it's basically right on the water. Another nice area of Jamaica is an area called Falmouth, and that's right in here. And Sangsters International Airport is just right over here. Sure is a nice day for flying. So the winds at Sangsters Airport is showing, it's showing 060 at 19 knots. Ooh, that's a little stiff for Cessna 172. We might find it a little bumpy coming in. So those of you in the back seat and on the right seat, make sure your seat belts are buckled up. How far away are we? We are basically 20 nautical miles away. Temperature out is 22 Celsius. We'll turn our pitot heat on. In preparation for the descent. We're going to fly what amounts to a left-hand downwind. I'll show you on the map. So where are we? We are right here, 2,500 feet. We're going to fly a left-hand downwind. And we'll come in. We might pick up the ILS, and just to keep us on course, especially on a gusty day like this. This is Montego Bay. That's our plan. So our downwind altitude will be the pattern altitude of 1,000 feet. And we're making our descent at 500, it's about 600 feet per minute. I'll give a call to the traffic. Sangsters International. Traffic, this is Cessna Delta Echo Whiskey at 1,700 feet, 15 nautical miles east of the airport to land on runway 07. Sangster's traffic. Okay, I think we'll hold at 1,500 feet right here. So our pre-landing checks we'll be conducting very shortly. We're 13 nautical miles from the airport. The usual pre-landing checks, which is gas, the GUMPS check, gas undercarriage mixture, props, and security. So we can do the gas, we can do some of that right now, I guess, really. Gas, we're on both. We have no undercarriage, we're a fixed wing. Mixture is rich. We have no prop control. And our seat belts are secure. And at this point, I will put the fuel pump on. Fuel pump is on. Landing lights are on. I think we'll tune the ILS frequency in, which we have it tuned in already. We'll just switch it over. And we'll be using runway 07, and it's actually a 72-degree heading. Our heading bug to 072. Okay, let's maintain about 1,200 feet here before we get to the downwind pattern. And you can see the chop on the water. 14 knots. That's pretty choppy. Quite a few white caps there. 14 knots at the elevation we're at right now, but on the ground it's saying that it's 19 knots. 060. So we're going to have a bit of a left crosswind as we land. And it's going to be bumpy, guaranteed. Okay, let's get down to 1,000 feet. There's the airport right ahead of us there. Systems are all checked. I didn't check. Circuit breakers are all in. Yep, everything's good. I think I'll use 1 notch of flaps on this approach, this landing. Okay, I'm gonna make a call to traffic. Feet. Sangster's traffic. Cessna Delta Echo Whiskey. left downwind 1,000 feet for runway 07, Sangsters. Yeah, you can see the wind direction as well, coming from 060 degrees. Okay, we'll slow down to put in 1 notch of flaps. Oh, I see Dane Flats is on with me. Wow, I didn't see you there. Sorry. Welcome. You're the first chat viewer that I've had. Thanks for joining. I'm just coming into the approach for Sangsters International. Downwind for runway 07. Great to have you on board, Dane. Flight so far has been uneventful. It's been quite a good flight. I'm expecting a bumpy landing. Winds are 060 at 19 knots. See, where are we? Pretty soon we can turn our base leg. I'll call traffic. Sangsters traffic, Cessna Delta Echo Whiskey, turning left base, runway 07, Sangsters traffic. Lose some altitude. Put in 1 notch of flaps. I don't want to lose too much speed. I don't want to drop out of the sky into this choppy Caribbean Sea. Where's the runway? There we are. 800 feet. Come down a little bit more. I think I'll use 2 notches of flaps on this landing. Look at the chop on the water. I'll just get the ILS in, and not that I need it, but may as well use it. Get that CDI needle is centering right now on a 072 heading. We're a little bit high, but that's okay. It's a long, long runway. It is choppy. So it's 060, so I've got a left crosswind. 19 knots, which is way too much for Cessna 172. But we'll manage it. Okay, CDI needle is right on the button. Okay, we'll just hold it off a little bit. We're just going to hold it off a little bit. We're going to go down a little bit further to the next taxiway. Save us a long taxi ride. Gonna hold it right here. Have a quick outside view of what this thing looks like. Alright, let's settle down. Reduce power. Flare. Hold off. Whoa, gust of wind. There we are, we got down safely. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okie dokie, let's get off this runway. And we're gonna park straight over here. All the airliners park there to the right at the terminal. Get off the active, clean up the aircraft. Okay, stop right here. Sangsters traffic, Cessna Delta Echo Whiskey, clear of runway 07, Sangsters. Okay, let's go through my after landing check, which is taxi lights on, landing lights off, nav lights off, strobes off, pitot heat off, fuel pump off. That should do it. Flaps retracted. And we'll just taxi into the parking over here. No, actually, Dane, I'm not on VATSIM. I was going to go on earlier, but there was absolutely no traffic controllers, so I didn't bother. I'm just going through the formalities of the radio calls. Just to keep in practice. There we are. Okay, buddy, we'll stop right here. Go ahead, say whatever you need to say, because I'm brand new to VATSIM as well. Go ahead. It's gonna shut down here. So, shutdown procedure is avionics master off. Mixture lean, throttle idle cutoff. That was a 1 hour and 41 second flight. Alternators off, beacon lights off, taxi lights off, fuel valve closed, panel lights off, master battery off. There we are. Yeah, what were you going to say, Dane? Flats? About VATSIM? Okay, well that's really good to know. I didn't realize that, so I should really sign on to VATSIM controllers, even if there are no controllers on. Okay, thanks for the tip. Like I said, I'm new to VATSIM as well, so Appreciate the tip. Yeah, I know the 122.8. I actually had that. I've shut down. I'll just turn on my battery and my avionics. I actually had that tuned in just to go through the fall. No, I guess it's. Let's see. There it is. There. Just to go through the formalities, I had 122.8 tuned in. Yeah, okay, so next time, definitely sign into VATSIM. Appreciate the tip. And I appreciate you joining this little escapade of mine. I'm enjoying it so far. This has been I think my 4th live stream. How long have you been on VATSIM, Dane Flats? Wow, 6 to 7 years. Oh my goodness. You definitely are a pro at it. Wow, that's great. That's great. Have you done any live streaming? Or video recording, either one? So you have. So I don't know why when I looked at your Twitch. What's that? When I looked at your Twitch, for some reason, I didn't see any previous VODs. Maybe I did something wrong. Let me just go out to Twitch and see.
New weather bums me out. Unless it's like...
So when I go to Twitch, your Twitch, this is what I see. And as I said before, I'm new to the whole Twitch thing, so maybe I'm not seeing something. Oh, look at that. When I click video, I see some quick videos in the back, but then they disappear. So why is that? What's causing that? Okay, so I click videos, and I click, what are you saying? Click videos, see featured change, that all, I think. View all. It says no videos found. So, like I said, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Okay, let's go back here. Let's go all videos. Oh, maybe I have to do featured. See how they show up in the background and then they disappear? Something's not right. I'm gonna have to. So like if I go to one of the other, like Slant Alpha for instance, if I go to Slant Alpha, I see his videos. If I go to Forder Learn to Fly, which
Lancelot has graced us with his
love going
presence.
to that
He's
channel.
walked in and said, "Evening, everyone." Good
If I go to yours, I don't see videos. Okay. Well, anyway, listen. Dane Flats. This has been great chatting with you, and I'm glad you joined me for the last, whatever it was, 15, 20, 30 minutes. And I am going to sign off now. We'll keep in touch. Please keep in touch. Let me know what's happening. I've got a Discord channel set up as well, by the way, and you'll see it as I exit. As I exit, I have an opening screen and I have a closing screen, so I'm going to play that now. And like I said, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Bye for now.
Foxtrot Bravo Bravo, pull up and go around.
Go around, Foxtrot Bravo Bravo.
Tower India Echo Lima, downwind 13, touch and go.
India Echo Lima number 3, follow Cessna left base, turning 1 mile final.
India Echo Lima.
Foxtrot Bravo Bravo Tower, fly runway heading.
Fly runway heading, Foxtrot Bravo Bravo.
Charlie Zulu November, clear to land runway 13.
Shows one number, clear to land 13.
Zulu Sierra Alpha, change of plans, crossover midfield, join right downwind, runway 13.
Zulu Sierra Alpha, crossover midfield, join the right downwind for 13.